Good afternoon. Hello, everybody. I decided to do one. Of course, I was discouraged. You know, they shut me down and everything else. But I want to tell this story here. It was on my mind, and I was like, well, I'm not even sure if it was true or not. But my godfather, he was a straight shooter, and he always, if he said something, it was concrete. And trying to remember the particulars and everything else. And he was freelancing, doing work, doing hits and stuff for certain families. And there was a couple of degenerate gamblers in the Colombo, one in the Colombo, one in the Gambino. And he was really in those families, and he was familiar with those two organizations. And he had it. They devised this crazy game plan, Russian roulette, where you put the bullet in the chamber and they spin it and everything. And they told him they'll pay him for the one hit, one or the other, but they'll put one bullet, hand them the guns, but one of them doesn't have a bullet and one does. So they're two degenerate gamblers under what gone. If they go make a move, they're gonna get blown up. And they start playing, spinning and everything. So the guy, of course, the guy didn't have any bullets in the gun. He's doing it, and the other guy kept dodging. I mean, the chances are 1 out of 7, but he kept dodging. So they said he would get paid from whatever family it was. He'd get paid from that family for getting paid for the hit. And the guy that's left living, he might owe like $30-something thousand, and he could collect half of that. So he might receive $10,000 for the hit, and then half of whatever the survivor owes. They both owed over $30,000-$40,000. So that was attractive to him. And they're spinning away. And so they do the game. The one guy survives. He has no bullets in the gun. And the other guy, sooner or later, boom. So they cleaned it all up. Now he's got to collect from the guy, the surviving guy. He's got to collect whatever he's going to collect. So he's scared. And of course, the guy paid. The guy paid like in 2 days. He was like, scared out of his brains. And he ends up paying. So my godfather gets 50-60% of that money. Boom. 10,000 for the other hit, 20 for half of the proceeds of that. 2 days later, they want that guy gone too. And it was just like, he said, well, they should have already known they were both doomed. Just get what you can get. Get whatever you can get in a sick game like that. But there was pressure from higher ups, captains or something, that didn't want to play like, whether a member of a different family participated in whatever, but both families agreed that these were two bad apples. And when you start owing those types of dollars for degenerate gambling and loan and borrowing and everyththing else, that's when they might have already they were paranoid that they were going to start talking to the feds. See, when these members get so caught up in, and they feel for whatever reason their life gets in jeopardy because of hits, certain things that they screwed up, and owing big amounts, and then they figure their only way out is witness protection, and so, but of course the mob knows that, so they're like, you know what, we got two bad apples right here. Let's play this game with them. They're already dead anyways. Their fate is already dead, And I'm sure my godfather knew that whoever wins this game, this Russian roulette game, whoever the victor is, they're going to most likely pay their debt, but they're still going to get whacked after that. It's like, geez, because they were just trying to show a message also, because there were so many degenerate gamblers that owed the families money. And they were just trying to show that, you know what, no one's left sacred. There could be unsanctioned hits. That wasn't commissioned by a sit down from the families. That wasn't you hear about, oh, you got to get approval for all that. No, don't believe that. Don't believe that. Hi, Mr. Swan. Yeah, I'm monitoring down on the channel, but I wanted to tell that story about that crazy Russian roulette game. They got the two degenerate gamblers, each from a different family, and they're under gun. They're under there's a gun on them, and then they're handed each a gun, and one's got a bullet, and they're like, well, if you spin it away and you dodge it, then we'll let you live. And they're giving them all these scenarios, and then finally one of them does it, gets blown, and the other's like, yeah. Well, you still got to come up with that money. You might have dodged the bullet right now, but they probably should have been smart enough that if you beat that Russian roulette game, go get the hell out of the country or go do it. But see, they knew that a lot of these guys were going to go into witness protection and rat. So the family's agenda was just see whatever you can get out of these two scumbags, and then after that, take them out anyways. So the guy, he come up with the money. I mean, they cry broke, and then all of a sudden, when something happens, boom. My godfather told me a lot of different stories about things that he did and how they were swearing on Bibles and swearing to Jesus that they didn't have it. And then all of a sudden, when they're hanging from a rope or something from the shower curtain, then all of a sudden, oh, yeah, I got the money. I mean, who do you think they would already know the ramifications? They weren't just ignorant. They would have already known the ramifications. Some were made into the family, and some were not family members that he had to collect from. There was just people that were betting, and they didn't pay. And they started getting big bills, and then he would collect from them. He'd collect. But a lot of times after you use muscle on a person, life-threatening muscle on a person, they're also aware that they might be more likely to go to the feds because they might realize that they might already be a dead man. They're never going to pay this money off, and they're going to end up dead. So, they'll go, they'll narc and everything else and try to get protection from the feds, whether they're a regular civilian or they're actually an active member in a mob family. But that Russian roulette game was like you'd put one bullet out of 7 in a gun and then spin it and then go click and then hand it to the next guy, spin it and click. And then, who wants to play a game like that? But yeah, they put a bullet in the one gun and then not one in the other one because they figured, well, that guy's got more of a chance of having the money. This guy here, he's got no chance of getting the money. So it was already staged. It was already predetermined. I was like, wow. Because he says, well, they were going to both get hit anyways. Play this psycho death game, and maybe you could get something out of it. But then you wouldn't let the winner go on about his normal life after that. No, he got hit in 2 more days because he's gonna be so scared that he's probably gonna go to the feds or do whatever. But I thought I would share. There's a couple other crazy games, but I haven't done these videos. It's been frustrating, and I've just been trying to let it go. YouTube, the censorship, and all that. They froze me out of my subscribers and everything else. I'm not even listed on the algorithm in the search anymore. So that's life. I mean, I talked about political things on my channel, and that's the day and age we live in, and I should have known better. But I'll do them once in a while, say hello to Leon and everything, my good buddy here. And if that's worth it, that's worth it to me to say hello to this good guy over here. So, yeah, like another time, he was hanging a guy out of a window, 17-story window, hanging him out by his ankles. My Godfather, this other guy, whether he was a made member or not, or civilian, and trying to scare him, and the damn socks came off. Like JoJo, his head plastered on the pavement like a pumpkin. I was like, what? Let's go have a coffee. Jeez. What? I mean, this was 30 years later, whatever, but I never had any intimate knowledge of what. I was just a nobody in that arena. And they would never inform me or whatever. I could guess about things that happened after the fact and just like put two and two together about, things that might have happened or not. I might be right, I might be wrong, but it was just a lot of the families don't want to admit that they outsourced for hits. And sometimes they were so pissed off at their members or whoever that they wanted to do some torture. You just don't do an easy bullet. Just don't give them an easy bullet. Torture them, make them beg for their life. And it's just like, geez. I mean, it's kind of, really evil. But I just wanted to do a video today. It was a nice sunny day. Say hello to Leon here, this good guy, and whoever comes upon the video. I'm not even listed on the rotation anymore, but I just wanted to put that in there. And I know I'm not going to get any subscribers anymore or any of that. I'm not even on the lineup, so that's all right. I can still say hello. And that's that. Look at shit's falling off my set. I got a dark spot. I don't give a fuck anymore. So forgive my language. So that's about it. Maybe next week I got another story in the back of my head. It's kind of gross. It's kind of barbaric and gross. It's like, well, but we'll get there. Thanks a lot, whoever watches this. Mr. Leon, stay great, stay blessed, and enjoy your days. And it's not partly cloudy, it's partly sunny. And I'm having fun. I'm enjoying. Life is good. And I just want to be a happy camper and not let things piss me off. It's irrelevant. A YouTube channel. Yeah, I tried to get some momentum. It's a YouTube channel, JoJo. There's more to life than this, than this, So I got to have clarity and practice what I preach. So that's that. Thanks a lot, everybody. Stay great. God bless you all.